The tremendous respect that I have for the courage that you've had to get here today, but knowing that the truth is you really had to learn how to appreciate yourself, how to love yourself, how to know that you are worthy. And the most beautiful part is for you to share it with everyone else. All you need to do is remember, recall the most wonderful goosebump moment you have. You don't have to speak it out loud at all. Just recall it. Recall that feeling. Recall that moment. And then watch. You'll smile. And once you smile, you've let go. Which of course you know. It's the most important thing you can do. Breathe in, breathe out, let go, and remember, everyone wants to be in your presence because the law of attraction is as great as gravity. Why do people need a chair of joy? That symbol to allow them to know you're not alone. And the only reason we're here is to have fun. Hi, Cheryl. I am so thrilled to be here. I'm Laura Mineff, and I am all about the Universal Design Method. And your chair of joy represents everything that I do. And I absolutely love creating atmospheres that support people in this world of infinite possibilities. We're here in Cleveland, Ohio. I absolutely love it here. I grew up here. This is where my whole life has been. I've raised 4 children here, and then they've gone everywhere. And I love the way that you and I came together. We were actually, it was popped in to one of the groups that I absolutely support, and it's called the C-Suite Network. And all of a sudden, there's Cheryl Lynn on my Hollywood Squares on my Zoom meeting. And all I could think was, what amazing smile and energy you had. So it was almost instantaneous. We just connected. Okay, so the question really is, how did you and I really begin? And wasn't it just, it was a conversation. We got on the phone and all we could do was laugh and enjoy each other's energy. And as we were doing that, I really felt like we discovered, wait a minute, we should be sharing this. And your brilliance was like, wait a minute, I've got this amazing chair. And I'm like, wait, what? And then you shared the chair with me. And once you did that, realized that the opportunity really was travel across the country. Let's go for it. And that's what you did. All of a sudden, you started pinning all of the locations that you had people that believed in your mission and your message. And that is truly, I have goosebumps. Joy, simple joy. And I got to be a part of that tour, and here we are. And I'm absolutely loving it. Thank you. The simplicity of joy is so challenging sometimes to remember. And just sitting here and the sense and the feeling of just the overwhelming release of everything is so vital for all of us to continue together to make an impression on the rest of the world. I just released my first book, A Round Peg in a Square World, and it is the infinite ability, it is designing infinite possibilities in a world of unbelievable opportunities. And here we are. And when I have the moment to sit here and just allow and receive, that's it. That's the secret. Okay. So the definition of joy for me was the ability to not speak, not do, but just be, and allow others to resonate in that same space. When we have the ability to let go and allow, the creativity just flows. And with that creativity, the energy starts to surge. And that energy is the goosebump joy of living. And that's the part that you and I Oh my gosh, Cheryl, when I'm talking with you, there's nothing stopping us. We just keep going. I absolutely love interacting with you. It's almost like we play off of each other. And then all of a sudden, then you and I come up with out of the clear blue a plan. I love it. So, how are we bringing chairs, furniture, those special pieces into our life? You and I, Cheryl, we're going to extract from people where it is they are, and we're going to have the knowing of where they want to go. And then we're going to create this amazing symbol for them to have in part of their life for the rest of their life. And it probably will be something like this chair. Oh, well, let's talk about collaboration. That's the whole thing, bringing people into it. So let's go find our fabric maker. Let's go design our own fabric. Let's go design the leg style. Let's go design what is our comfort that we're doing. Let's go find the people that will actually participate in creating this experience of joy. Because we love you. Why do people need a chair of joy? That symbol to allow them to know you're not alone. And the only reason we're here is to have fun. I would say my first experience of being cognizant of pure joy in my life experience was with my dad. I live here in Cleveland, Ohio, and we have an amusement park, and it's called Cedar Point. It's world renowned. It's one of the most amazing amusement parks in the world. Anyway, my four children were grown, and my mom and dad loved interacting with my children, but they live out of the state, so they literally had to make an effort to get here. Anyway, I was desperate to be part of my children's lives as young adults, and they wanted to have this experience at this amusement park. So I told my mom and dad, and my dad was like, oh yeah, let's go. Now, mind you, my dad, I'm going to say he was at least 78 at the time. So there we are. It's kind of like walking into Walt Disney World. Like, so here's the big family. My kids are all young adults. And we get on this ride, and I am not kidding you. My sweet, sweet father, this is a ride that shoots you out of a tunnel at like, I think it's like 230 miles, like the wind, and you go straight up. My dad, he's like, come on, Laura, you can do this. And I'm thinking, I'm going to die. Like, this is it. This is the end. And there it was. I'm sitting in this seat, and this young man, I look up at him. I said, before they were saying, arms in, hands down, and shooting you out of it, I said, has anybody had a heart attack? Before I could get the word heart attack out, my dad reached over, touched my hand, and we were off and up in the air. And within 3 seconds, the ride was over. Obviously, I didn't have a heart attack. But there was my sweet father just saying, it'll be all right, Laura. I had so much fun. The surge of energy of the love of my father and being with my children. And I couldn't have moved there's no way I could have moved the energy faster. So another beautiful experience of pure joy. It's interesting when you have young children and they grow up to become these adults and you have so much love for them, but you really don't always know how to connect with them. My son got a job, his first job in Colorado, and he had this amazing dog, Bruce, and he was just a ball of fire. He was a boxer. Anyway, Michael invited me to help him with his first tiny little apartment. And of course, I'm in Ohio, he's in Colorado. In a heartbeat, I got my ticket. And there, and here we are. He took me to the Goddess Garden in Colorado Springs. You talk about majestic. It was unreal. But the most beautiful part about it was watching the joy of Michael watching Bruce play in the rocks. He was like a little puppy, and he would come back and check in on us and then run off again. And there was my son who really, really chose a challenging path in life. And all he could do was smile. And I, of course, was crying. It was amazing. Love. Without any hesitation, love and joy go hand in hand. You know when you were a kid and you caught lightning bugs and you put them in the jar and you set them on your nightstand at night, and that pure glow, and it was intermittent, that would be to me pure love, essence of joy and life. The tremendous respect that I have for the courage that you've had to get here today, but knowing that the truth is you really had to learn how to appreciate yourself, how to love yourself, how to know that you are worthy. And the most beautiful part is for you to share it with everyone else. All you need to do is remember, recall the most wonderful goosebump moment you have. You don't have to speak it out loud at all. Just recall it. Recall that feeling. Recall that moment. And then watch. You'll smile. And once you smile, you've let go. Which, of course, you know. It's the most important thing you can do. Breathe in, breathe out, let go, and remember, everyone wants to be in your presence because the law of attraction is as great as gravity. Who would I, without any thought, just give my lightning jar, my lightning bug, my jar full of lightning bugs and my joy and love, pure love? Oh, I have to say, I want to give it to the world. Everyone. We all deserve and are worthy of holding that jar of lightning bugs. We all are. We all can have our own jar of lightning bugs. It's an interesting thing about what we are calling joy, how we define love. It really doesn't matter at all how you define that. The truth is that when the moment happens that you find yourself with those goosebumps, with the smile on your face, and it could simply be that you just went on a 20-mile hike and you found, a coffee shop. No matter what, that feeling, that moment, that inspiration right there, it may only last 30 seconds. But if you put that into your memory bank and you feel at any point in time through the rest of your journey a little desperate or a little sad, that's all you have to do. Close your eyes. You're beautiful at that. Close your eyes and recall and remember that we are all here in pure love, but also to experience the joy of living. How much does it cost for you to tune in and tap into joy and love? Absolutely nothing. What if we only have that one memory? What if that's the one memory that sticks with us? It doesn't matter. You saw a double rainbow. You were, you helped somebody in an incident that felt uncomfortable for them. Or maybe it was even really tragic and you were there. I'm a nurse by degree, and I cannot tell you how many times I've sat at a bedside and simply listened. The stories are amazing. We probably all have more stories of joy than we even think. So again, it's just the recall in the moment of feeling a little bit sad or a little bit desperate or really uncomfortable. We've got it. We can do it. The coolest part about all of us, and we all do have a chair of joy. It could be your favorite corner in your sofa. It could be your favorite corner looking out the window. Wherever that chair of joy is, we all have one. The cool part about it is, how do we utilize it? How do we actually use it in our life experience? And the fun part is it's always available. So no matter what it is that we need to do, once you sit in that special place, in that special chair of joy, all of a sudden, again, the best part is we get to begin again. That's it. You're done. You've sat in your chair of joy and you've let go. And the minute you get up, you get to begin again. At any moment, it's right there for you. We have a challenge in our life a lot of times when we get to a position where a lot of people count on us. Maybe we're an executive. Maybe we're a founder of a company that has multiple employees and they have multiple employees under them, et cetera, and you're the one. It's up to you. Guess what? You're just as equal to them as they are to you in your emotional status. Your joy meter, guess what? It's again up to you to reflect to them the atmosphere that you want to create. So the importance of that is finding this place, this chair, this item that allows you those 30 seconds of absolute nothing. Remember, it also has to be supported with what's around you. If you're living in a square world, square windows, square floor, square doors, square TV, square table, you've boxed yourself in. And no matter what you do, people will feel that you're untouchable. And the most important part about what you do is becoming accessible to everyone and letting them know that you care. You're in this for the joy. So not only find the chair of joy, but make sure it's supported by the atmosphere around the chair of joy so you can resonate that pure, beautiful, enlightening energy. It's going to be what makes you the success you are, and continue it. What fuels my joy is sharing my unconditional, pure love with others. And it may not even be words, maybe just being in my presence and allowing me to hear your story. I want to hear your story. Your story. I don't have to share it with anyone. But then resonate back to you that there is great love here and we are all in this together. Joy is ever evolving. But in my world, probably the most amazing is my children. It really is. Watching them discover and know they're worthy of the great joy brings me immense joy of life. That's what it is, watching my children. And then also watching the interaction of others as we share and exchange the joy. I think we're on the cusp of creating that new joy culture, which gives me goosebumps. And that is allowing ourselves to define and create our own reality, our own new organic human life experience. And these communities that I'm all about are going to give everybody from every walk of life the opportunity, if they choose, to have that experience, the magical, joyful experience in the next chapter of our history. All I can do is smile. Oh, isn't it so enlightening to know that you can do this anywhere? Anywhere. We could be anywhere. And I mean, I don't just have goosebumps on my arms. I have goosebumps everywhere. I absolutely love this energy, this joyful, playful energy. Thanks for sharing this with me. Every time, I will say this, for me, every time that I shift my energy, in other words, my tasks, let's just say I'm on my computer. Well, when I sit down to be on my computer or on a Zoom call, I literally right then and there, whatever chair this is, I take that time. I take that moment and I reset. Like I said, I really do believe at any point in time, you can begin again. So everything that I do, every task that I do, even eating, I reset and I enjoy and appreciate that very moment and what's to come. And then I get to do it again. So every experience I have throughout the day is a reset, and it is sitting in the chair of joy. Let me tell you, through the experience of sitting in the chair of joy, I know it's the answer. Cheryl Lynn, seriously, this is it. This is definitely the most beautiful mission in life I could even imagine. And I am so excited to share it with you. So you can't miss this. This is where we need to be. Join Cheryl. Cheryl Lynn's got the answer. And we all can share it with her. She's coming out with a new book. Joy is the answer. All right, Cheryl Lynn. On to our next adventure, and I am so excited. Who knows what it will bring, but I do know it will bring ultimate joy to everyone that we touch.